Oh, hi! Welcome to Sewing Nerd Studios. I am Jo, and this week we're gonna try to up our fabric printing game with some lino block prints. Needless to say, I've been going through it a bit, so I apologize for the scarcity of me here in general. I have been watching a lot of content about lino block printing and specifically on fabric. I did a run of these, which will also be future Patreon mailers. I did these prints just because I got like new ink in some of my favorite colors and I wanted to test things out. And I did a run of these guys, but I do have a hard time on paper keeping my block from shifting a little bit if it has enough ink because it's a little wet, right? So it's better. This is the best paper printing I've ever done, is this batch of cards. Or it's on like special Bristol board print paper. I like how it feels very much. But yeah, I did a carving of my logo, so that's new. I hope everybody liked their little potion bottle mini dice keychain things that I assembled. Those are really fun to put together, even though I probably went a little more maximalist than needed, but I'm just trying to add more whimsy, you know? That's kind of the whole theme of this video. Part of my business, Sewing Nerd Studios, is that I will make garments from upcycled material and just do a lot of color blocking. I like a stripe. There's a specific color palette I'm definitely drawn to and like working within. But there's definitely a section of my garments that I've made that don't have as much whimsy as some of the others. Like I have a rainbow space cat cardigan. It's like metallic. And then I have like a Lisa Frank inspired cardigan that's also like very loud. And a lot of these other pieces are very quiet. So I want them to have more of my voice in them. And I think lino block printing, especially with my cryptid collection and some of my like spooky lino cuts that I've done, is a good direction to move in. There's a specific Instagram channel account I've been following the past couple weeks that has beautiful block print work come out, and they have a whole rundown of like, these are the steps that I take to make this happen. So we're just gonna try it. The gist of it is they take their time layering the ink. They do 5 to 6 thin layers of ink, and this is specifically fabric block printing ink. So it's not the paper ink. This is like a oil-based. I'll tell you right now, it's a way bigger bitch to clean up than the water-based ink that I used for the prints I just showed you. That was a breeze to clean up. Doesn't stain anything. The oil-based ink is just tougher to deal with, but it means it's going to stay permanently in the fabric. I do have to give these a week to dry at least, and then I like to hit it with an iron. When I've printed on fabric for bags and stuff, that's what I've done and been happy with the turnout. I just didn't like the quality of like the actual transfer. That's exactly what I did, is I laid out some ink. I actually used this like dollar store cutting mat, the very smooth side, to lay out most of the ink. And then I have the like plate that came with the lino block printing kit that I got from Speedball. I use the same brayer from that and the same hand tool handle, but I have bought replacement and like different blades separately. There's a artisan craft store up in Maine that I go to. I'm sure Blick Arts, I think they're a little more widespread, carry stuff like that. And there's other brands you can get. I would like to look into some other hand carving options. But yeah, so this account, they mentioned like taking your time, letting the ink get a little tacky in between. Another thing they mentioned is taking a spray bottle, like a misting spray bottle. This is one from a quilting company that my fairy god Cheryl sent me, and I love this for spritzing things. So you don't want to get it damp. You just want to have some mystification on the surface of the shirt or whatever you're printing. Fabric-wise, I'm sure this doesn't apply to paper, but maybe that's my problem, is I need to wet paper before I print on it. Let me know, because y'all probably know more than I do. Then putting the block down and then letting it sit for a while. Like once it's pressed in, I do have one of those, there's a word for it. Brayer is the spreader thing, the rolly bit. There's a burnisher? Maybe. But it's this like firm but padded, like there's some give to it, surface that you just go over the pad with. And by pad, I mean block. You can obviously use your hands. This just gives like a more even distribution of pressure. And then obviously people have like different presses. I've been seeing someone using a tortilla press that they thrifted for printing. And I think looking into something like that will be a good move if I continue down this road, which I would like to. It's been 2 years since I've really spent time printing fabric. When I did that market at Mill Number 5 that Johnny Cupcakes and I got to hang out at for a bit, we actually had like genuinely life-changing conversation. We talked for like 45 minutes and I think on that all the time. Oh, hold on, wait. The other thing she mentioned is lint roll everything. Everything before you start printing. I didn't do that for one of the steps and then immediately regretted not doing it because there was like bits that I had to contend with. Lint roll all the things. Even if you're like, how could this have little fuzzies on it? Just lint roll it. Okay, once the ink block is down, even pressure has been applied, she said, just wander away. Let it sit for a couple minutes, come back. Okay, moment of truth. Oh. Okay. Okay, not perfect, but pretty fucking good. I am not mad about this for a first attempt. Okay, let's do more. One thing I regret doing is sticking cardboard between the layers of a shirt I was printing because the grooves, like the corrugated cardboard underneath, affected the print and I'm grumpy about it. I like suspected it, and the longer it has sat and dried and I like compared the size of the lines on the cardboard, I'm confident that's what it was. What if I put this inside instead of the cardboard? I have noticed fabric, it works better doing the softer blocks than the harder blocks, but I like the size of this one more. And it's such a basic print. I don't know, should I risk it? This could ruin it, but I think I'm gonna go for it. What do we think? Oh, and then spritz. Okay. I want this right here. Okay. Remove this. How can I be the daughter of a former Michaels employee and not have craft foam just laying around? So same thing, I want a bigger stamp. I think we're gonna go with this guy. Get it right here. Right? And then I don't really want to introduce another color. I just want to stick with these two. Cute! I don't know if I've seen him in such a dark color. Okay, then we spritz. I also assume the like texture of the fabric matters. So the sweatshirt material I just did with the skull might take the ink differently than this. Here's the thing, these are all clothes I had like given up on. Okay, same thing, gonna leave that for a minute. Let's check the skull. Okay. Oh, I like that a lot. It's not completely opaque. See what I mean? I like that a lot. And everything's even. Oh, I'm so happy about this. All in all, I'm actually pretty happy with how this went. I'm hoping to spend some time like designing some new stuff. I would love to have a cactus cat cryptid block. That'd be fun. I've been thinking about that cryptid a lot. I was about to say this was short and sweet. I don't actually know how much other footage I got because I filmed over a couple days. To be honest, it has started hurting if I talk at length. And as someone who hosts trivia now twice a month, kind of presenting to be a difficulty in my life. So I'm going to try to preserve this. I'm also going to be catching up with a friend I haven't spent like solid time with in a couple years. And they're one of the friends I've had for the longest amount of time. So there will be lots of yapping and I don't want to like injure myself in the process. As I already mentioned, I have still been showing up for everybody on Patreon because they've been showing up for me for so long, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate everybody that supports me in any and every way. I appreciate you all for being here, and that's gonna do for me. I'll see you back here as soon as I can muster, probably on a Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out. Do people typically wear their watches on their dominant or non-dominant hand? Oh, I didn't spritz it. Damn. Okay.